Hey there, this is Jeff from geoffmobile.com. Welcome to my video blog, another video blog this week. I'm making a lot of videos today because, as you can see, my video is one of my passions. I also really enjoy movies. This week I was lucky to see a new movie called Jiro Dreams of Sushi. It was playing in one of our local theaters here in Vancouver. This movie is really fantastic. It's a documentary about a master sushi chef and his restaurant in Japan. It's actually located in a subway station in Japan. It only has 10 seats, but it's regarded as one of the best sushi restaurants in the world. And sushi connoisseurs will reserve 1 month in advance, and then the minimum charge per person is around $300 Canadian, which is around 20,000 yen, Japanese yen. Anyways, this restaurant is fantastic, and the movie went into what is it like being a sushi chef in this restaurant, and the story of Jiro Ono, who's the sushi chef there, the master chef, who's 85 years old. Talks about his life and how he became so passionate and focused on his career and his craft, and how making sushi at such a high level brings him joy and happiness in his life. It talks about the other staff at the restaurant, such as Jiro Ono's son, who works there. He's 50 years old, and he's always living in his father's shadow. It also has fantastic shots of many different kinds of sushi and the preparation of it. So we learned some of the secrets of how he makes the rice and the egg and all the other dishes that he's got. It's just really, if you like food and you like looking at food, this is a really great movie for that. There are some key messages that this movie so generously sort of drops out through these fascinating conversations and interviews with the owner as well as a food critic. One of them is about sushi chefs and how great chefs around the world, they have not only really good skills at making food, but they also have a really, really well-developed and precise and very sensitive taste. So they can taste a food and they can detect all the nuances of the food and how the different overtones of the flavors. It gets very complicated, but someone with a really refined palate and sense of taste, if they develop their skill at cooking, they can become a master chef. Whereas someone who works really hard but doesn't have that taste, or that hasn't developed their sense of taste and is not gifted with a sensitive taste buds in their tongue, they can't always become such a chef at a high level. Another thing about good chefs that the movie talks about is the concept of what do you need to become a good chef. In order to be able to become a good chef, you have to know the difference between really good food and bad food. And the only way to know the difference between good food and bad food is to have tasted bad food before. If you're a chef that only eats really good food all the time, then you won't know the difference when you actually make bad food. So in one scene of the movie, after they've shown the chefs tasting the sushi and trying all these fancy dishes and all that kind of stuff, they show them eating some, like a deep fried chicken and some noodles. And Jiro Ono feeds this food to his staff, and they enjoy it, and they enjoy eating other kinds of foods besides the food that they prepare in the restaurant. So my point of this is, to become a good chef, you have to be open to tasting all sorts of food, so that when you do make some good food, you can recognize it, what's the good stuff. Another interesting thing that this movie talked about was the concept of planning a meal and thinking of the whole meal as being a symphony or a musical piece. So how this works is, you'd start off the meal with something kind of recognizable, some old standards, like common kinds of sushi but prepared really well. And then for the middle part of the meal, you move into some dishes or some items which are seasonal or rare or more creative or innovative. And then for the grand finale, you'll finish off with something, again, recognizable, really well enjoyed by people, and something strong to finish with, a really good ending. And I think of this similar kind of progression or planning of some kind of creative presentation is very similar to a musician planning a set list, a DJ doing a set list, or even a composer composing a symphony or a concerto. In any case, I really recommend this movie, Jiro Dreams of Sushi. If you can catch it playing in your local city, I highly recommend it. There's lots of different reviews online. You can read other people's thoughts about this movie. There's also a really good 2-minute trailer which gives you a preview of this movie. So, recommend seeing it. Signing off from Vancouver, BC, Canada. This is Jeff from geoffmobile.com. Hope you enjoy this movie and my thoughts on it. Make sure to check out Jiro Dreams of Sushi in your local movie theater. Take care for now. Bye.
This is like the upbeat version of the evil castle.
Yeah.
Okay.